Stillness and abundance, family. Love and light. Health and wholeness. As y'all can see, we got snow here. I don't know where you at on your side of the globe, but wherever you at, Grand Rising. Stillness and abundance, love and light, health and wholeness. Once again, stillness and abundance, love and light, healing, health, and wholeness. Peace and power to the cosmic consciousness, soul control family, and soul tribe. I hope everybody feeling good for no reason at all. It is yours truly, your host and co-pilot, Sawu the God. As always, I welcome everybody to a protected space. And if you come into this space, I release the energy of anything that come into this space. Cleanse it, transmute it. We don't want to get nothing on us that don't belong on us. You hear me? So learn how to speak life over your life and over the life of your loved ones. Trust me, it'll get the job done. Discipline. Discipline been the word that's been resonating with me all day today. It takes discipline to be moving in and out of 16-degree weather. Like I said, and I showed y'all, it's snowing outside, and it's 16 degrees out there. You know, everybody ain't equipped to be able to deal with that. It takes discipline. The same way, likewise, I was born in Florida. It takes likewise to deal with 80 to 100-degree weather every day, day in and day out. In my transitions, I'm back in northern states, where I was also raised, so I'm kind of conditioned to it. But still, it takes discipline. It takes mental aptitude, a certain kind of mental aptitude to work in 16-degree weather. You know, salute those who have to work in 16-degree weather. Utility workers, cable workers. Salute those who have to work in 80, 90-degree weather in the southern states. Utility workers, anybody that work outdoors. It takes discipline. That's my point. You're gonna let life pass by. It's funny how life had its way of showing you things. It takes discipline to be patient. It takes discipline to be patient. Who controls who? Your thoughts or you? Because it takes discipline. Who controls who? Do you control your thoughts or do your thoughts control you? The disciple within reveals your discipline. But what does that mean? What does discipline mean to you? To have discipline, and we all have discipline to some degree or another, but to have discipline takes the ability to learn. And to learn takes discipline. We learn something new every day, whether positive or negative. We learn the discipline every day, whether positive or negative. Disciples, and we are all disciplines of life. Disciples learn from everything. So if we all disciples of life and we learn from everything, we don't learn from everything from the life process itself just by being here. We learn from teachers, we learn from instructors, we learn from professors and scholars and masters of various degrees and realms of thought, depending on the quality of the experience that we seek to manifest in our own life. I hope I didn't sound too broad or too narrow. But who controls who? Do our thoughts control us, or do we control our thoughts? Who is the discipline within you? Who is the disciple within you? With that being said, I'm coming to the conclusion that we are more psychological than individual. I'm gonna say that again. We are more psychological than individual. But what does that mean? What do I mean by that? We are all here observing, experiencing, expressing, and investigating this thing called life from the perception of many lenses. So in that conclusion, I come to the conclusion that we are more psychological than individual. Therefore, if we were so individual, how can we pick up on what others are feeling? How can we pick up on what others are thinking? Where does words like telepathy come from if we're so individual? So my conclusion is we are more psychological than individual. So why is that important to me? Because life is much too serious to be so serious all the time. Life is way too serious to be so serious all the time. And in that realization, I find that in me is the rest of mankind. I said, in me is the rest of mankind. So if in me is the rest of mankind, then it's my duty to myself to let you know that in you is the rest of mankind too. I'm gonna say it again. We're more psychological than individual. Somebody gonna catch it. I don't know who I'm talking to, but this for somebody. If it ain't but one somebody, or many somebody gonna catch it. Y'all walk with me. In you is the rest of mankind. So what you do in you will affect the rest of mankind. I ain't said all of mankind, but it will affect the rest of mankind. Whatever mankind around you that you deal with in your day-to-day functions, and those that you come into contact with. Walk with me. In me is the rest of mankind. But how many of us realize that in yourself further than I was just able to elaborate on it? In you is the rest of mankind. I posed another question in a few videos ago. How would you treat everybody else if you realized that everybody else was your higher self? But I'm sitting here saying today, in you is the rest of mankind. So how you treat the man or woman, or however you identify with the life essence within you, how you treat that, you will treat every other life that you come into contact with. That enlightenment don't make me special, but nor does it make anybody special that stands on the other side of me either. It just gives us a template of what we're here to work with and work out and work through. But what it does do, it don't make me special, but what it does do is make me more aware of the motive and nature of time in a deeper sense, and how we operate in it through our thinking process, our discipline process. Your present moment is the whole of time. If you represent the whole of mankind, then your present moment is the whole of time. Past, present, and so-called future. The past, present, and so-called future is with you right now because you represent the whole of time. In you is the rest of mankind. But what does that mean? That means the past is gone. And you are now in your present from the result of what the past made you right now. In the present is what your future will look like according to what you're vibrating and operating in right now. That is consistent with where your past brought you to. Y'all walk with me. The present is the result of what was once past, but now the past is gone. Where am I going with this? If you spend your time being angry right now, you'll be angry tomorrow. If you spend your time radiating love in your right now, feeling good in your right now, you'll be able to feel good tomorrow. If everything is a discipline, we should be able to feel good for no reason at all. Because many of us, for a lot of years of our life, spent a lot of time using our time to feel something other than good. So this year, I want y'all to make a declaration to yourself, not to me, to yourself. A resolution, some call it resolution, but we're going to call it a self-declaration of feeling good for no reason at all. And to do that, you have to take action, and only you can. With that being said, feel good for no reason at all. Remain true and authentic to the high frequency of your authentic self. Stay hydrated. Stay spiritually protected, mentally elevated, and the best light you can be. I love y'all, family. Salud to God. One.